Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. If you're listening, you think, man, Josh sounds like he's in a cave. It's actually a WeWork. It's not a cave.
Yeah, I did not see this coming. I did not think that my week would go like this, but I am in a WeWork.
Yeah,
and that's where we're recording from.
That's what we do. That's what we do to try to make it a weekly episode. We'll even just have to go, and I can just see people walking around behind you.
Yeah, one day we will have to record in a cave.
Me and that guy behind you in the hallway just made eye contact.
Yep.
Well, hey, man, do you want to open up the mailbag?
I would love to.
Let's do it. Ooh, which one do I want to go first? I got a whole collection here. Do you want to do? I don't know. Do you want to throw me a number, or do you want me to just pick one at random?
Go with number 3.
Number 3. Here we go. All right. This is the third one I have here. This one is just called Realizing Aldi is Not Aldo. And this is from Claire. Hi, Josh and Logan. I'm so glad I found your pod after watching Josh's stand-up. I've been absolutely binging the show from episode 1. Anyway, it was only in the 10th episode or so when I realized that I was getting Aldi mixed up with Aldo, the shoe store. I didn't know there was a shoe store called Aldo. Did you know that?
Yep.
Okay. So because Josh mentioned something about groceries. So you kind of threw it for a loop then. Upon Googling it, I realized my mistake, but also I can't imagine Josh selling shoes. So anyway, hold on. Why do you think can't imagine you selling shoes? What do you think you're lacking to
shoe salesman energy, I think.
Yeah.
I think if I tried to sell you a shoe, it wouldn't seem like I really had shoes in the back.
Yeah, it sounds like you just want to see my feet. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you look like a size 10. I think you'd just be creeped out.
Yeah. Just let me go pause on it. Let me feel around. So anyway, I had a question for y'all. Are there any basic things that you were confused about for a long time or mistook for something else? Like how Logan thought might as well was mind as well. Thanks for brightening my day during stressful times and always making me laugh way too hard in the streets. Signed, Claire. Thank you, Claire.
God, you want to go first?
I don't know if I have any of them left to say. I feel like we've already revealed so many of the things we were wrong about.
Did I already tell you about hummus?
I don't think so.
So this is embarrassingly recent that I found this out.
Okay.
I found this out when I was like 23 or 4.
Okay.
So I didn't know what hummus was because I didn't grow up eating hummus. We didn't have a lot of Mediterranean dishes in Louisiana to begin with. And then as a family, no one ever cooked like that or made that stuff or bought those pre-made meals.
Right.
So I didn't grow up with like baba ganoush or like any of these things. Mm-hmm. And so I came across hummus for the first time at a picnic when I was still pretty little, and I just didn't try any of it. But I saw all of the white people clamoring, like it wasn't like it was a brawl, but they went right for it, you know. And they kept talking about it. They were like, "Oh, the hummus was delightful." They were just going on and on about the hummus. And then, years later, it didn't come up for years. And then I was at another function and there was hummus. And by that point, I knew I didn't like white sauces. Like I didn't like mayo. I didn't like a lot of the, and I was very weird about creaminess. So I even started eating guac a little bit late because the texture, I didn't like it at first when I was little. And then it took me a while to fall in love with it,
That kind of makes sense for what I know about your finicky food habits. Yeah.
So then it's not until I start working at Trader Joe's that I am like, oh, no, it's right before Trader Joe's. So in college, I just finally asked someone because, I went to college with a lot of white people as well. And so they would just go on about hummus and how like hummus was their favorite snack, like hummus and chips or hummus and celery. And so I was like, what is hummus? And they were like, it's chickpeas. And I was like, oh, okay, just mashed up. They're like, it's mashed up chickpeas. I'm like, just mashed up chickpeas? They're like, yeah, okay. And it's not until I start working at Trader Joe's and I'm stocking the shelves that I see a can of how do you pronounce it? What are they? It's like it's even another word for chickpea.
Another word for chickpea?
Yeah, I can't think of it right. Garbanzo bean.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, because chickpeas are also garbanzo beans. Is that right?
I don't know if that one's true.
That may not.
I can't back you up
right.
on that.
But anyway, I'm putting up garbanzo beans, I'm putting up chickpeas, like all this stuff. And it's not until I hold the can of chickpeas and see the picture of the chickpeas as I'm stocking it that I'm like, oh, mashed up chickpeas. So I thought all this time, as long as I've asked what hummus was and thought I knew what hummus was, that hummus was battered, like beat to death, mushed up baby chickens. Because I thought a
Interesting.
chickpea was a chicken baby.
Interesting. You.
And so I was so
Whoa.
disgusted by hummus.
Whoa.
And I
So
was
you
so disgusted by people who ate hummus because I was like, you're just eating battered babies.
wait. So okay, hang on. So you not only did you think it was ground up chicks, but you thought chickpea was the name of chicks, like the
I
of baby
thought
chick.
chickpea was the name of chicks.
So this was several things. This was a
This is so many layers deep of wrong that's why the story was boring at first because I had to take you all the way back to like, okay, here's hummus, then here's chickpeas,
yes.
then here's beans, and then because then some hummuses aren't even chickpeas. They're like used there's one that's like it's got a different name, but it's essentially a hummus with a different bean.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I used to think way too old. Like we're talking 20. I would be at a party and I'd see hummus and I'd be like, why would you?
Wow.
I didn't even try it until I found out it was mashed up beans.
Well, and I listen to throw
And
myself
it
out
has
there.
the same thing as pate. It has the same look as
Oh, pate.
from afar.
He had to get all high class on me about pate now all of a sudden.
Now, but isn't pate mashed up chicken?
I
That's
think
actually
so.
mashed up
Yes.
chicken, right?
I think so. It's
So
mashed up.
I also thought that it was mashed up babies because of pate. So I was sure people were out here eating dead bird baby and loving it and bragging about it. And so I was like, man, people are gross. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's like poultry caviar, kind of, if you think about it.
That's exactly what I thought it was. I thought it was like chicken caviar, which I'm sure is a thing that people love that are rich.
I think that's just scrambled eggs.
No.
I think that's what chicken caviar is. It's just scrambled eggs.
No. I'm talking about some bougie. We made the chicken think it was going to have a wonderful life, and then we stole the dreams out of it.
Yeah. Well, I will say I had one during the telling of that story because I did not know chickpeas and garbanzo beans were the same thing. I didn't know that. I thought they were totally different because I never even really put it together that chickpea was a bean. Makes sense. It's a pea. That pea is a type of bean, basically. So I just had one during that story. Yeah. But you also reminded me of a different one of that type of food, I remember. Because I was thinking back, I'm like, oh, yeah, what did I think of hummus? Because I didn't know what it was for a long time either because we just didn't have it, growing up in, rural Midwest. So kind of coming from the same place. But I remember at a time when there was, it was actually at film school, and it was like a dinner for this like one of the school film festivals that I had to film in, and we won an award, no big deal. But was there, and I remember they had food there, and it was like like hummus, and they also had falafel there. And I realized in that moment I'd never actually had falafel before. Because when I bit into it, I really was kind of expecting, because how they look like their little brown balls, really, in my head when I was about to bite it, I was preparing to basically be tasting like a hush puppy from Long John Silver's.
Yeah, it's just a Greek hush puppy.
Yeah, but wildly different flavor combinations. So I remember I bit into it and was shocked. It wasn't bad, but I was shocked, where I almost like spit it up because my brain was so prepared for something else.
So,
and I don't think it's gross. I like it. It was just when you're not prepared, when you're thinking it tastes like something entirely different.
So, when I was in, it had to be like the second grade, we were having lunch, and a kid thought that his mom packed him orange juice, and she had packed him a chocolate milk, but it was in a little thermos to keep it cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so he opens up his icebox and he goes to drink it, and he almost chokes on it, not just because it's the opposite of what he could imagine. Because if you're thinking, if you've prepared your mouth, if your brain has told your mouth, hey, we're about to witness the tanginess of orange juice, all right?
Yeah.
And the particular orange juice that you drink at home, right? So we're talking about, hey, maybe you're an Ocean Spray kid. Maybe you're a Sunny D child,
Yeah.
But this kid goes to take a drink, and almost chokes because not only is chocolate milk hitting his mouth and he's confused, but he also choked because he went to say what while he was drinking. So he goes to take a sip. We're talking at the table, and then we just hear him say what like he's at the bottom of of a lake. And that's what I thought of when you bit into the falafel. Just what?
It kind of was. I about went ha and like, and then even had to take a second, collect myself, and be like, it didn't taste bad. I just wasn't prepared.
I remember I once had liver at a restaurant like they had this weird thing where instead of just one big entree, they would give you two things that could be considered an entree, but they give you smaller portions, and then they give you a bigger side and then a dessert. So it's almost like you're showing up to this restaurant to get a TV dinner, you know? Because the portions, I appreciate the portions because they were manageable. It actually felt like a European restaurant because not only were they cooking very well, but you left feeling full without feeling sick and cleaning your plate at the same time.
Big, yeah.
Like a lot of times in America, if you stop when you're full, you look like you've wasted a dinner.
Oh, for sure. Especially like in the Midwest. I told somebody about that of just like food portions here are just like, even if you order something healthy, the salad's coming out in a wheelbarrow. Like it's not, actually I might have said that on the show. Maybe I'll cut that out. I may have said that on our very show.
But basically, I got like a liver and something else, and it was finally time to taste the liver, and I didn't even close my mouth. I cut a piece, I put it on my tongue. It hit my tongue, and I was like, oh. I let it fall right out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's upsetting, especially when you have an experience like that at a restaurant, because then you want to also make sure you're not making a show of it, but also get it out of my mouth. Speaking of experiences at restaurants, you ready for this next email?
Oh yeah,
it'll make sense. But this is from Anna. I believe this is our old friend Elsa Anna, because they mentioned Sweden here. So from Elsa. Hey guys, love your show. It lifts me up on rainy days. I can relate to Josh's friend. She is a trooper. The friend she is referencing is the friend from episode 99 who went on the date with the ventriloquist.
Yeah.
So she is relating to this friend. Long story short, I was on a date with this gentleman, well-dressed, polite, and attentive. But pretty quick during dinner, at a nice place, he brings up his fascination for feet.
Oh God. I was imagining so many other things besides feet.
Feet was his kink. I wasn't shocked, but more surprised by the topic, and feet is not my kink. Well, he slides down from his stool, trying to be discreet, grabs...
I want you. We should do a reading. We should do a reading of you reading erotica half a sentence at a time.
Get ready for that Patreon bonus.
Because the story is already not sexy, but it's so much less sexy when you stop to be like, try to be discreet.
Well,
oh God,
he slides. Wonder how soundproof those WeWork booths are.
I hope not at all.
Well, he slides down from his stool, trying to be discreet, grabs my feet, pulls off my open toe heels, takes a good look at my manicured toenails, licks his lips, and sniffs my shoe. Jesus Christ. Wow.
The fact that he was holding her foot And then you could just see it, like in a movie, it would be like
Hmm.
he was about to go sniff her foot and then just completely ignores her foot to sniff the shoe.
Yes, yeah. He licked his lip at the at the foot, but then just like just
Because
puts it over his mouth like Dennis Hopper in Blue Velvet. You know? I was throwing up in my mouth. By the way, the restaurant was full. Take care.
he had to say excuse me to somebody he went on a date with to get down
Oh,
and get at that foot.
take care.
He probably tripped somebody while he was down there sniffing.
Yeah, tripped, just knocked over a server. Take care and stay cool. Love, Anna. A show in Sweden coming up? Question mark. Man, that'd be awesome. We'll keep you posted. But just know, Anna, you've now turned Josh into a person who laughs like a crazy person at an office on his own show.
This is the wildest thing about all this is I told that story.
Oh, the ventriloquist story?
The ventriloquist story when I was in Amsterdam, and the audience was so much more concerned than they were laughing. Like they found it kind of funny, but they were
Right.
mostly like, "What happened to her? Like, did he kill her?"
Yeah. What's the punchline? She's missing now? Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I just, the boldness, too. To like,
The-
to finally bring it up, just be like, feet is my kinks. Anyway, and then just slither it down your chair like the Grinch to get to the ground.
The restaurant was full.
The
Trying
restaurant
to
was
be
full.
discreet. Not even trying to be charming enough that you go home with him and then maybe he sees your feet because you're getting undressed. It's fully trying to be discreet right now because he can't wait. This is the other crazy thing about that is that a foot fetish is like, I remember in the 90s when we were little and you'd hear about a foot fetish and it was the weirdest thing. Like people used to like really be really weird about it.
Yeah.
That it was even a kink at all. And now it's like the bottom of the it's just so much
It's
more stuff and weirder stuff and like
it's basic
extreme
now.
stuff. It's super basic.
Feet's basic.
The
at this
thing
point.
that's crazy about a foot fetish versus any of the other fetishes
Mhm.
is that just about everybody that you're going to date has feet.
Yeah.
So you
Some
don't even
don't,
need
but-
to be into you don't even need to be into the foot fetish for yourself because the other person is just attracted to your feet. It would be a totally different thing if your foot fetish was people being into your feet. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Kind of by, I don't know. I guess I kind of see them going together, but maybe I don't know. I'm not necessarily a feet guy. I don't know.
I'm not a feet guy either, but to me it's like when someone's says they're
I'm also
really
now
into-
hoping that the booth is not soundproofed.
Yeah,
Because they're only hearing your half of it too. So she's like, I'm not a feet guy either.
I'm not a feet guy.
Thinking you're in
Listen
an
to me.
actual-
Listen to me. All right.
Like you're
I'm
in an
not some
actual.
foot pervert.
It looks like you're on an actual like work Zoom call and just like, listen, I'm not into feet either. All right.
The thing is, I guess this is what I'm trying to say, is that the same way that someone might be like, oh, I'm always so attracted to someone with great legs, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The person that they're attracted to who has great legs, it may not be their thing to have people want them for their legs. See what I'm saying?
Okay. I guess I see what you're saying. Like, no matter what your kink is, you also gotta do something for their kink then.
And that's where I'm like, it seems, especially if you're not a lunatic like this guy, it seems like feet would be one of the more accessible fetishes because lots of people have feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into something extreme, people don't just walk around with balls and chains on them, but people got feet to get around,
Sure. Sure.
you know? And I feel like that's why it's broken through so much so that Anna wasn't even that phased. She was more phased by the fact that he was like, I'm really into feet and I have to have yours right now.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. It's like, oh, you bring it up like, oh, okay, fine. But then it's like to then say it and then, I don't know, start drooling.
Yeah, I'm into uncomfortable feet. Are you uncomfortable right now?
Yeah, okay, that's the thing. He's not even really into feet. He's just really into social faux pas. That's what he's into.
Yeah.
He's just really into making people uncomfortable. Good Lord.
Because how would you even explain it if the food came? Would you
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my wallet fell in her shoe"?
And I'm going to really need a follow-up email on this of just because now I really want to know. I really want to know how Anna reacted. I want to know what your reaction was in that moment. Because it kind of just ends with what he did. What did you do?
Also, what did he really expect another date after that, or did you go on another date
This
after
thing
that?
I want to know. Did you just be like, oh, okay, and then I'll just get to the date, or were you like, no, nope,
Because
goodbye, sir?
imagine a full restaurant making your date that uncomfortable, but then being so charming for the rest of the day that you win it back. That'd be an epic tale.
Exactly. So I think I think you undersold yourself as the main character of this story, Anna, because I only have questions about you and what you thought and how you reacted. Oh, let's see. Why don't you go ahead and I don't know, pick a number again, or let's go. So you've chosen number 3 already.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, this one is called "No Gods, No Kings, Just Piss," which I believe was something I said in an episode. And the dangers of dressing in the dark. This is from Kiki. Hello, Squeaks and Toontown. I got a chance to teach at a prestigious university that was an hour away. I was so excited I signed the contract without realizing that the class was going at 7 a.m. Who the hell wants a 7 a.m. class anyways? I never did. Needless to say, I sucked it up and got up at 5 a.m. every morning to get my classy ass up there. So I was dressing in the dark on the regs not to wake up my family. Sometimes this would result in me having just one earring in, or maybe poorly applied eyeliner. One day that topped the charts was when I got my dress on and grabbed the belt that went with it and hopped onto the highway. As I was teaching class, I looked down and saw that, to my horror, instead of the blue belt that goes with the dress, I indeed had on a bright, sparkly green and fuzzy robe belt. It felt the same in the dark, but looked wild. I just leaned into it like I planned it, and like it was high fashion. Love, Kiki. P.S. Love me some Hold Up podcast because I get a double dose. I get it in my lungs. That's what it says.
What I love about this belt situation
Yes.
is that from the story, tell me if I'm wrong, but from the story, it wasn't until class started that Kiki looked down.
It sounds like class was happening. So
Yeah.
it means every student was also being like, "Is she wearing a robe belt?"
Yeah. What I would
That looks
really
like
want
a
to
robe
see,
belt.
what I would want to see happen is to teach the class and not realize that you have on a full robe with a real belt. And I don't know what Kiki's teaching, but you just fully in the middle of the lesson, and then you realize that you're a little hot in this. This is like a little stuffy. And then you look at your collar and you're like, oh, no.
Oh my God. My shirt is soft as hell. What I put on?
Yeah.
Sparkly green and fuzzy robe belt. It's like, there's very little that could go with,
Yeah.
You try to think like, oh, but did you get away with it? No, everyone saw that the second they walked in. If you had a sparkly green robe belt on.
Especially, like, does a sparkly green robe belt have a buckle on it? Like, this is one of those things where I'm trying to put my mind in the same place as someone who's getting ready in the dark.
They say it felt the same in the dark, but I'm trying to think of what then belt would go with the dress. I guess there can be like just kind of
No,
quick.
yeah, you can just put
They have little
belt
sash ones
around.
kind of like that. Yeah,
but for me, here's the thing. If it felt the same in the dark, you either have some very comfy regular belts or you got a terribly made robe belt. It felt the same.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it means you got fuzzy belts. It sounds like all your belts are fuzzy, is what I'm hearing.
What I would love is if we were to get a follow-up with Kiki, and the only thing that's weird about this story to her is that it was the green one. Like, she has nothing but fuzzy belts, but then the green one did not go.
The green one. The dress was kind of green. They were just too close, but too different. Ugh. Oh, my goodness. Do you want to read one?
Yeah. So this next email is from Tasha. It's called "When Your Sweet Grandmother Puts a Hit Out on You."
God, I would watch that movie.
just just a grandma like, he owed me some money, so
Yeah.
gonna get it one way or the other, blood in or blood out.
Uh,
All right,
Bring me the head of my grandson.
and I'll give you a cookie.
Oh, he's wronged me the last time. Now get something to eat. You look like you're wasting away.
You're gonna beat Grand to the grave.
She's cooking. She's over the oven, but behind her on a table is just a stack of cash.
Yeah.
This is for you if you murder my grandchild.
I want Tyler out here taking dirt naps. All right. All right.
My gift load better be a little lighter come this Christmas.
I want to save $5 that I put in the cards.
Now you go out there and do your work. And don't look
Starts
at that.
becoming Bane.
Do you feel in control?
Grandma, your shoulders.
I was born in the dark. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I was born before light.
I still don't quite get it, and it scares me.
Yeah. Oof. Oof. I don't like all this newfangled technology you kids got with just seeing everything all the time. Y'all just be seeing all the time. Good knees. I don't like any of it.
I don't care for it. Back in our day, you just would run into some stuff at night.
No character.
It's a simpler time. It strengthened your spirit and strengthened your face.
It would actually be hilarious to have like a someone that's so old that they were born before light, so there's actually no racism back then. Like you just couldn't see anybody.
Once lights got invested, everyone was like, ah.
Yeah. Why is everyone so different?
None of you look like the way I thought you would. I just assumed you looked like me. Back before lights, humans thought there was one face. And we all had it.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Anyway, hey, it's Tasha. I was thinking of all the beatings I've ever gotten as a child and how incredibly unjust they were. For example, my great grandmother told me not to pick up the kittens outside, but I was maybe 5 or 6, so of course I was going to. I chose a gray kitten to be mine. His name was Witchy, and I loved him. She saw me showing my affection to Witchy, and when I was in the house later, she got me with a surprise attack. She was wilder, though, and beat me with a switch, thin branch from a tree. Jesus. For people who don't know.
Yeah.
Beat me with a switch with thorns on it. Witchy got run over maybe 2 weeks later, and I love dogs now.
Oh, God.
I've gotten multiple projectiles from my mother, which include a high heel shoe, hanger, and my own backpack. She waited until I was a teenager to slap me with the speed and finesse you see from Donnie Yen in Ip Man. Jesus. But it was my grandmother who got me with a phone call. Before I went outside to ride bikes with my cousins, she told me not to ride past my uncle's house. I did, of course, and peeped my aunt on my uncle's patio frowning at me, looking like she was about to snitch. When my cousins and I got to the end of our journey, we turned our bikes around, only to see my aunt with a thornless switch in her hand.
Jesus.
Standing in the middle of the road waiting for me to come by.
Oh.
She was like one of those enemies you see on the map in a JRPG. Where you could choose to engage or not. While my cousins easily avoid her, I knew that me getting got that day was inevitable. So in defeat, I rolled by her slowly like it was a car wash, except I was getting lathered in pain and rinsed myself in tears. Anyway, I was wondering if either of you experienced such unnecessary familial violence in your childhood when maybe the punishment didn't fit the crime.
Man, that is genuinely a hit getting put on you of just like, hey, they're gonna be riding back. Go get them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Um, and to anyone who's maybe it's like we get it. Not everyone had the same type of upbringings. I had, not similar. Didn't get switches. Although we did have outside my grandma's house too. They had like a weeping willow tree. So I think it had been used on me before, but it wasn't like a common occurrence. But because they did that too. That's how my mom would talk about all the time. They'd have to go pick their own switch for it. So like very old timey upbringing.
Also, picking your own switch
Yeah.
is one of those things that's just psychological terror.
It's just one of those things, like,
because then you bring back a flimsy one,
and they always go pick another one,
and now they're more angry.
Yeah, it's like, no matter how you feel about a spanking or whatever, I think everyone can agree of just being like, yeah, that's a bit much. That's to make them pick it is a bit much. But no, I can say I can say this as me now. I didn't get that many spankings. I know the ones I got, I probably deserved. I can say that. That the ones I got were kind of like, yeah. Yeah.
This is like, you won't see it or anything, but I remember one time, this was not my family. This is like, I was hanging out with some other kids, and their dad like rolled by and like on foot. So he walked up to us, and there's some familial thing that I knew nothing about that had gone down, where basically my friend had lied to his dad that he didn't do something he definitely did.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But now his dad had evidence, so he sees us playing in the neighborhood and gives him one more chance to like, hey, before when you said, and it was like, I can't remember if he had stole something or whatever,
Right.
but this is perfect. Okay, so he had asked him. I think he stole something with his cousin, and so they're both standing there. The dad's like, "Hey, remember when I asked you about this thing? And you said you didn't know anything about it. Well, this person says I saw you there, and blah blah blah." And so then he's finally like, I think in his child mind, he thinks enough time has passed, because I used to think this as well. When enough time has passed after a bad thing has happened. In your mind, you're like, they can't be that mad because it didn't just happen. This is very old.
Yeah.
So I don't know how old it was, but it was old enough for him to finally just be honest, or maybe he just knew there too much evidence was mounted against him now,
Yeah.
And so he's honest. And we had just gotten ice cream, and he had a double scoop cone in his hand, and I think we all got one scoop, but he got double. Anyway, his dad, so as soon as he admitted that he did it, his dad slapped the ice cream cone out of his hand sideways fast enough for it to hit his cousin in the face.
That's a good 2 for the price of 1 move there. Yeah.
And his dad just took off, but he was so frozen from how fast it happened. He was just holding air like it was still the ice cream cone. And I was like, oh yeah, that seems like you shouldn't have lied to that dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what you stole, but now you don't have any ice cream. And his dad left after that.
He is now taken from you.
Yeah, now he's kind of just like, oh man, how does yours taste? I was like, tastes like mine. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh man. This next one here, this is from Natalie, and it is called Hi Again. Hi again, Josh and Logan. I'm Natalie. I wrote in last year to say hi and ask some silly questions. I'm the one from the Mary John Blythe episode whose question made you start talking about Power Rangers, which I think we've done more than once. But because we're men in our 30s. I wanted to write again because something happened fairly recently that I thought you would find funny. I'm genderqueer, and recently I briefly considered changing my name. I was seriously considering calling myself Neo after the character from The Matrix because it's one of my favorite movies and has also been confirmed by the directors as a trans allegory. The funny part is, when I told my dad what I was thinking about, his main objection was that Neo is super badass, and by most standards, I'm definitely not. I just thought it was so funny that he was fine with the idea of changing my name, but thought I wasn't badass enough to call myself Neo. It stung, but in a way that still makes me laugh months later. So I thought I wanted to hear your take. I love the show. Thank you for doing what you do, Natalie. I
it would
love that
be
story. I love that story.
it would be so funny if the dad was like, "Listen, you're Neo is a bit much.
Yeah.
Let's go for you like the movie Cars, right? Like just like some completely different franchise. Just something where you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, what about Nemo? You still get the Neo, but
Yeah,
like
it's in
there's
there
an
kind
M,
of.
and it's a little bit more heartwarming. You're not like a badass
Yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah.
You're more of a heartwarming individual. So let's go ahead and get you Nemo in there.
Yeah.
And look, just Neo alone, you're not getting through an airport. Look at what they did to security in the first movie. Okay, you're gonna be on a list
You're
immediately.
gonna you're gonna have a lot of security guards who have a grudge against Neo.
TSA ain't gonna let you through their
God,
thing.
that would be so good if that was true. Like any security guard anywhere saw that movie, is like, he killed so many people just doing their jobs
Yeah, yeah.
because he brought guns to a place where he wasn't supposed to bring guns.
Brought all the guns.
All the guns. He brought a bag of guns and bombs and everything. He was dressed in guns. His clothes
Yeah.
was guns.
His clothes was guns. His pants was guns. Underwear
Yeah.
was guns. That's dangerous.
But I that story is like weirdly one of the more heartwarming stories I've heard in a while, because it means like it means your dad really does accept you, but fully, to the point where he's like, listen, I know my kid's no badass.
Well, look. I accept you, and I see you. Sometimes feeling seen is a little too raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. Real quick.
Yo.
It's I know we're almost done, but it's my granddad's birthday, and my mom is calling me. I'm just gonna step out real quick.
Oh, go for it. Go for
I'll
it.
be right back.
Cool. I can say confidently that WeWorks don't look pleasant. This is a weird interlude while he's gone. Maybe I'll cut this, but just I've never seen the inside of them. I've never been to one. Yeah, what a strange. And now like, oh, people are walking by and can just see me looking out. I'm gonna turn my camera off. I think I'm just gonna do that for a second. It feels weird that people walking by will just see me watching their office. So,
Cool.
This one is from Melissa, and the title is called Spiritual Life Tent. So, hey, Josh and Logan. I wanted to recount a story for y'all that happened to my friend Jacob in college. Jacob and I both went to American University, where there's an interfaith chapel known as K Spiritual Life Center. All you need to know about K is, one, it is unequivocally a building.
It's a bona fide building. All right. When it comes to being stacked on top of each other, building looking, it's building.
It's got walls. It's got a ceiling. This is a building ass building. Okay. And two, I have never heard of anything notable going down at said building. Okay. So not only is it a building, seems to be not the place to be.
I mean, it's a punk ass building.
It sounds like it sounds like it's barely a building, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Not even doing building things.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not doing building things, you basically a cave.
Oh, fat ass cave. Oh, wannabe building.
Fake ass building. I got 2 degrees at this school and only ever entered this building maybe twice. Well, one day, some lady approaches Jacob on the quad and says, "Excuse me, can you point me toward the K Spiritual Life Tent?" To which Jacob responded, well, the K Spiritual Life Center is right over there. The lady said, "Oh, so that's where it all went down." She starts heading in that... She starts heading in that direction and says, "Thanks, sweet cheeks," just to top it off, I guess. Jacob and I graduated without ever knowing who this lady was or what she thinks went down at said Spiritual Life Tent. but I hope she found what she was looking for. As always, thanks for the laughs and for giving me something to look forward to listening to every week. Y'all are the best. Thanks, Sweet Cheeks. Melissa. She wrote the saying, thanks, Sweet Cheeks part.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's just go through again the moments that happened here. So the person shows up asking, "Excuse me, can you point me toward this K spiritual life tent?" Which, frankly, spiritual life tent is actually a great phrase because it sounds like it could be something, but if you think about it at all, it sounds like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because at best it kind of sounds like, you know, like some sort of traveling preacher situation.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that anyone who's like, oh, that's where it all went down and doesn't clue you in is a bit of a monster. Like you can't just do that to someone and then go about your day.
Yeah. Oh, so that's where it all went down. That's where the incident occurred.
Don't act like we're all in the same Netflix doc with you.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have the backstory. You need to tell me what it is that and what it is that went down and what it...
Yeah.
Help me.
Because frankly, the best case scenario, and this is a very unlikely best case scenario, the best case scenario is that this person who said, oh, that's where it all went down, they are trying to correct the mistakes of an alternate timeline. They're trying to solve some sort of multidimensional mystery. And that's your best case scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
And then, thanks, Sweet Cheeks, frankly dismissive. Whether you're a multidimensional time traveler or not, pretty smug.
You never catch Doctor Who saying thanks, Sweet Cheeks.
You know who would say that, though? If Captain America was real. You know, because he's from another time.
Grandpa, you can't say that. Well.
Here you go. You're welcome, Toots. And then he runs off.
Oh, man. Yeah. When you think about like Captain
I don't like that
America,
Tony Stark and his beatnik facial hair.
Yeah, like when you think of Captain America, he should be saying way wilder stuff.
I mean, it would spice up that whole universe. You know, I mean, I like Marvel movies, but goddamn, if one of the main heroes, every now and then, everyone had to be like, okay, just let he's from a different time.
You can't say that now.
You can't say that.
Also, we've invented TV.
But we are also fighting an alien gods. I don't have time to tell you this right now, Cap.
Yeah. Cap just walking back into headquarters like, I can't go back to Wakanda. Said some stuff and everybody got mad at me.
I like you, Sam Wilson. You're one of the good ones.
Yeah. Why is it every time I talk, people say, what's that supposed to mean?
The future's stupid. No one gets what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Acting like I'm the bad guy. How can I be bad?
Listen,
I'm Captain America. America's never done anything bad.
Listen, I was ready to punch Hitler and then boom, I'm here. So like, I'm not a bad guy.
I literally punched Hitler in the face. I think that gives me a couple passes.
Are you kidding me? You can't say anything anymore. We were all equally mad at Thanos. Everyone just kept being mad at me for making it about it being purple. Like everyone. But like they wanted to kill him too.
It would be a very specific argument to be like, Thanos kills half your family, and you're like, see these purple mother. Ooh, whoa! Wait,
we need to not. Come on.
Yes, he killed half the universe. I think you get a
We're meeting so many aliens now, so look, it's hard to know. Let's just
and not all the purple aliens are the same as
they're
Thanos.
not.
You just you don't really.
Well, you know, Vision, we made in that pod there. He's not going to heaven. Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, Vision's gonna burn in hell.
I'm not gonna take no back.
He's an abomination.
I'm not gonna take no back talk from a soulless robot.
You think you can just lift the hammer and all of a sudden you're important? Okay, you're nothing. And I'm not a racist for saying that. I really hope these walls are paper thin. I'm not into feet. I'm not a feet guy, and I'm not racist for saying that.
You're gonna leave. I don't know, is there a front desk at WeWork? Do you have somewhere where you check in?
Yeah, there is. But
Okay.
not you don't have to check out. So I'm already in. So
Okay,
they
well, that's
make a
good.
mistake.
I was gonna say if you walk by, then they should be like, "Hey, by the way, you can't come back.
Give us back the card.
Give us back the card. We don't we don't condone whatever it is you do here."
I don't know what kind of perverted racism you were engaged in.
I don't know, sort of whatever racist kink podcast you're doing in there.
I really don't like it.
I don't like it, and we don't want you to record it here.
And the eighth of it that we heard was disgusting.
Yeah.
So what was that last one you wanted?
I'll go one more. This is no one. This is from our buddy D, and this one's titled "Early Hunneds." He's got some notes on not notes, but questions or follow-ups on some of our episodes after episode 100. So, dear Logan and Josh too, I guess. Wow, D really creating a ranking there. I had some thoughts about the last few episodes. I'm going to try to and go through them rapid fire. Episode 100, Logan, quote, "Nice thick gravy is a better nickname than Squeaks." I'd shorten it to just gravy or maybe grave to sound more street. Yeah, I don't, is gravy better though? I don't know. Logan, I mean, I guess
you hated Squeak so much, every word is better than Squeak.
That's true. I didn't like Squeaks very much. It's grown on me a little bit, but although now that I say, when you put all three of them together, Logan, Gravy, Nielsen, I do like that quite a bit, actually. But only just gravy by itself, not really. But Logan, Gravy, Nielsen, I'm kind of into. So, dear Toontowns and Logan, Gravy, Nielsen. Just shaking his head. Episode 102, your soda store idea reminded me of the frozen yogurt shops where you load up your own bowl with as much yogurt and toppings as you can handle and then pay by the weight. I think Lil Joshy's soda fountain sounds like yet another cash cow just waiting to be milked. We do have like a lot of franchises we're ready to start with this show, whether it's restaurants or summer camps, whatever it is.
A lot of useful IP.
A lot of untapped potential here. Hit me up when you're looking for investors. I want a cherry root beer flavor named after me. Okay, done. That's what we'll give to our angel investors there. Episode 103, Scare B&B, was a fire pun, and I think Josh only acts like he dislikes Logan's puns. Deep down, he knows how happy it makes Logan to see him annoyed, and he's being a good friend. That's real love, my guy. Yeah, I like that interpretation. That Josh, he gives a bad reaction because he loves me too much.
Well, that's not what it is, so.
See, but that's exactly what you'd say in the character because you're just trying to make me feel good. I like this. We'll go with this. And Josh seems to like it too. It seems to be what his intention is, and we found it out. Right, Josh? You just love me so much that
No, it's not really that at all.
You like the puns and you like me more.
No,
but
you should probably not say that.
Okay. That is real love. Also, during Josh's story about hanging out with the old lady and going to CVS, I kept waiting for her to tell Josh, "Ain't nobody been to the moon. That's a scam." Like the Uber driver from Lil Joshy is kidnappable. That's it. Hope you're good. G's 90% recovered from his injury for the motorcycle accident. We still listen to the pod sometimes. I like this. This sentence is perfect. My mom refuses to learn your names and just calls you the funny guys. You know, the black one and the loud one.
That's amazing. Wow.
Peace, D. Thank you for that, D.
The refuses is
refuses is interesting. Refuses to learn our names is an interesting twist.
Knowing that by now you probably should know them, and then refusing is a real boss move.
Yeah, the black one and the loud one. I do think if we ever change the name of this show, I think we found it.
Yeah, 100%. Easily.
The black one and the loud one.
The black one and the loud one is probably the best name that we could come up with if we had all the time in the world.
I think so. Well, it honestly, too, we're not selling, we're not short selling anyone. You're at least going to get that. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a black guy and a guy that's too loud.
There will be one of each.
Well, it's probably a good place to wrap it up, huh? Close up the mailbag.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. I know that a WeWork is not ideal. And if it's up to me, this will never happen again. If you're looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, at Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag, like all of those wonderful people that we just read messages from, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. You can also leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like to read those too, and it helps the show, help us get a little more visibility. And I don't know if you feel like you've listened to the show a bunch and I just want some more. Why don't these guys have more content? Well, we do. It's over on Patreon, patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show. We have other podcasts there and video stuff, and we post videos of the live virtual shows that we're doing, which we'll probably be having one coming up soon.
So until next time, everybody, have a great weekend, and don't record at a WeWork. Hey friends, I have some great news for you. So this week, I'm going to be hosting The Daily Show for the very first time. I'm hosting tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday. This show has meant a lot to me for a long time. I started there as a writer in 2017, and I've loved it ever since. I've loved the people, I've loved the process, and for the first time, I get to sit behind the desk. And if you've ever wondered what the show would look like through my lens, well, this is your chance to watch it. And I just want to say thank you, because this is in no small part because of you, because of this community, because of everything that we're doing on this channel is a lot of what led to this opportunity. And so I appreciate you very, very much. And if you are inclined, if you're in the area, go ahead and watch Comedy Central live or on the Paramount Plus app. There will also be YouTube videos of clips of it dropping as well. But thank you so much. I hope you enjoy seeing me host. I have some amazing guests, and I'm excited to bring the show to you in the best way that I can. And I hope you enjoy the video this week. Bye.
Please make it loud for Josh Johnson!
Okay. All right. Look. Okay. So we are in week 2 of there like kind of being files but no files, but like there's kind of like we don't know, but he doesn't know, but he knows, but he doesn't remember, but he wasn't there, but even if he was there, it's not what you think. But like it's a lot going on, right? And so with everything that fell out with Trump last week, now you have people being like, release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files, release the Epstein files, right? And in prison is Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, in case you're not familiar with Ghislaine Maxwell, like one of the central people to this case, she trafficked for Jeffrey Epstein, right? And she is still alive somehow. And in prison, okay? Yeah, so she's still alive in prison, right? And she actually got 20 years for her part in this trafficking. And so now with Trump calling Epstein a hoax, there's been a lot of, how do I put this? There's been a lot of unintelligible takes on if he's saying the entire thing is a hoax or just his involvement is a hoax, or no one can really tell. There's not a lot of like centered messaging on what is supposed to be the narrative here. And because of that, now you got Ghislaine and her lawyers from prison being like, oh, well, it was a hoax. No, I'm just saying if like nobody got trafficked to anybody, then I'd like to appeal, right? And then there's people that are like, the client list. We need the client list. We need the little black book. We need the client list. Why won't they release things? And then you even had Democrats saying in the House, like, we want to release the files, and they put it to a vote. And Republicans voted to block that release. And they voted to block that release, they said, because, it was part of another bill and it would have passed a bunch of stuff we don't want to pass. So then a bipartisan group
went out and they were like, now we should vote on this, and it's Epstein stuff only, right? So everyone's like, release the files, right? And then Ghislaine is like, I got the files. I got them in my head. Like, I'll tell you right now, which is such a crazy thing to me to watch. If you've been watching this whole thing take place, Ghislaine got arrested in like 2020. I think she got sentenced in like 2022. And she's been in jail this whole time. Why is she just now saying, I got the It feels like when your boy who like really thought he was gangster finally goes to jail and gets like the first roach in his sandwich, and he's like, I'll tell anything you need me to know, like anybody. If you have any questions, I will answer follow-up questions. Just please get me out of here. I think there's rats in the cheese, please. And so you had Trump really stressing this week, stressing hard, going back and forth with people. This man's getting more comfortable cursing out loud and on text. Like, he's crazy. Just like decorum's fully out the window. Like, there wasn't much of it to begin with, but now he's just like, And this is the other thing that trips me up, is that they're throwing everything they can in front of this like Epstein monster, like Pac-Man, right? Let's just throw this while we run away. And they never admit that Trump isn't doing well in any way, ever. And then they came out saying he had chronic venous, I don't really know what that third word is, I'm not gonna lie to you. But basically, he got chronic veins or something. I don't know if that means he got extra, or I don't know what it is, but it's affecting, his health a little bit. And his hand looks horrible. His hand looks like he got an ace bandage on it, but like that's his skin, right? And so I saw that and I was like, wow, they must really want this thing to go. Talk about anything else, please. And then just today, Tulsi Gabbard released these Obama Russia files. You know, the files everybody's talking about. You know, the files that just last week were like, when are they gonna release those Obama Russia files? Why can't they get the Obama? What is Obama hiding? All right? We want his Russia files. You know, we've been hungry, thirsty for some Obama Russian files. Ooh, I can't wait to, I can taste them. Let me get those Obama Russia files. That's so bad. That's so bad. It means you have nothing. You truly have nothing to throw in the way of this thing, because Obama Russia file, you won. You won in 2016, you won in 2024. I haven't read the Obama Russia files, admittedly. I haven't read them yet. But I have a spoiler alert for you. Trump came out on top. And he over here stressing when he could have just done nothing. Eventually, he's in the White House, he's asked about it, and he's like, look, if Pam Bondi finds anything credible, she can release it. That's all he had to say the whole time. He could have avoided this entire thing if he had just said that, look, if the AG finds something credible, she can release it. And then people really don't have much to say, because it's like, that's what they want. He says you're gonna get it. I don't know if that's true, but like, that's all you have to do. Keep your calm, play it cool. Instead, he was like, why would you, And it's because he felt caught. And the only people who within this week have been as caught as Trump and reacted as badly was that couple at the Coldplay concert. I thought I was shocked when I saw like Trump's Epstein Files tweets, right? This thing, the clip is about 14 seconds. I've been watching it for 20 hours. Okay, all right. In case you haven't seen this, it's a Coldplay concert, right? Coldplaying. Coldplay doing their thing, all right? Being Colds. Coldplaying particularly hard that night. And they did this thing that's becoming more popular at big concerts, because Coldplay doing like a stadium. And there's a thing that you can do at a public event, like an entertainment event, whether it's sports, whether it's music, whatever, where you can put out a cam into the audience. And I don't know how to describe it, but when you do that, it does make the entire thing, as big as it is, feel more intimate. Because now you're over here enjoying Coldplay, and you see the other people there enjoying Coldplay, and they're just like you. And they're just as excited to be on the screen as you would be to be on the screen. And they're having such a good time, you know? And so you're like, this is amazing. We're all here together enjoying this thing. I genuinely like those cams because it reminds us that we're all doing the same thing, having a good time. You know? And if we're all doing the same thing, having a good time, maybe we're more alike than we think. If we're more alike than we think, then maybe when we leave the basketball game, when we leave the show, whatever, we have less reason to argue. We have less reason to look at each other as like just completely different entities. It's like, you're just like me. You like Coldplay. You know? And I'm not, you know, a big enough act to do like a stadium or anything like that. I don't really have screens at my shows and stuff, but I heard that the CEO of the largest tech firm in Louisville was here tonight, and so I brought a cam out tonight if you want to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I can't afford that at all. No, but if you didn't see the clip, is basically Coldplay throwing people up on the cam and having little interactions, or like playing a little something just for them, or just commenting on how sweet people look. And they're going, people. And then they go to this couple. It's not just any couple. They go to a couple holding each other Titanic style. And to be fair to her, she didn't have the arms out like Rose. She was holding his arms. And then Chris Martin is like, look at this couple. And I don't know, okay. This is where I wish I knew more about like technology and the brain and stuff like that. Because the same way that there is latency on the internet, and there's a delay on a call where sometimes you can hear yourself in someone else's side of the phone call, and you can hear how you spoke, but there's a delay. It's like a second later you hear your own voice, what you just said as you're speaking. So it takes a second. And I don't know, because I've never been in a situation where I've been on a big camera like that, the amount of time it takes your brain to register that that's you that you looking at. Because they're over here, Titanic style. If you've ever seen the film Titanic, And if you're a 90s baby, you know that when Titanic came out initially, home release, it was on VHS. And it's such a long movie, it's such an epic, that there were 2 VHS tapes. If you're young and you don't know what a VHS is, don't tell anybody that. Keep that to yourself and Google it, all right? It makes people feel bad when we have to explain that we used to have to basically bring a projector home inside a hard casing and then put it in a VCR. If you don't know what a VCR is, that's some other letters you don't need to worry about, okay? You're never gonna come in contact with them in your life, but you would put the VHS into the VCR, you would hit play. You understand play, right? You're not too young for play. You would hit play and it would play the thing like it does on demand, but we didn't have on demand yet. Netflix wasn't born yet. We didn't know what streaming was. And Titanic came out and it was such a long movie. I hadn't seen this 2 VHSs. I hadn't seen that since Charlton Heston's 10 Commandments. If you're too young to know what Charlton Heston's 10 Commandments are, it is also a film, but that film is almost as old as the people the film is about, all right? That movie is about Moses, who probably had a VCR, really, like when you think about how long ago Moses was and when we used VCRs. But Titanic came home with you with that 2 VHS tapes. And you watch the first VHS tape of Titanic, and it plays till about half the movie. And then it tells you to enter tape 2. Tape 2, which will be far more depressing. If you were like me and you shopped at a lot of like thrift stores, sometimes when you go to a thrift store, you don't get to get the thing the way it was intended when it was sold. You might go to a thrift store and buy Titanic and think you got all the Titanic in one VHS tape. And then bring Titanic home and watch Titanic, but you only watch tape 1. And so you don't even know that there's a tape 2 until the end of the VHS where it says insert tape 2, and you don't have it. So you're like, all right, I'm just gonna have to settle with what I got, which was a very sweet story about 2 people who met on an epic adventure. I think I'm willing to leave it there. And it's not until years later you find out the horror that is Titanic Part 2. Part 2 where everything going awry. And all I can say is the first 2 seconds that this couple was on the kiss cam looked a lot like Titanic VHS tape 1. And then when they realize that they are the camera, it looks a whole like Titanic VHS tape 2. Honestly, they look like they on the Titanic. When about tape 2 takes place. And so you see them. And this is where things went wrong. Because rather than just playing it cool, than just, chilling, the woman immediately covers her face and whips around. Okay. All right. Look. Look. Don't judge, okay? When I was a kid, there were kids in my neighborhood who went a totally different direction than I did, right? And sometimes I'd hear about them, and you especially hear about them if you stop seeing them around. And I quickly got used to the idea that if I hadn't seen somebody a long time, they probably didn't just move away. They may have been locked up. Something may have happened to them, right? And there was a kid who was nice enough a few blocks down. Sometimes I would walk to work in the morning, and it was a long walk. And I would pass his house, and sometimes he'd be out front of his house with people. I'd say hi, they'd say hi. We weren't like close or anything. And one day when I was back home from college, I went to this hookah lounge with my friends. And at the hookah lounge were the guys who I used to pass by while I was in high school, working that job, running every day to work. And I asked them where, the fourth was, the dude that was usually with them. And they were like, oh, yeah, no, he doing a little time. I was like, what happened? And they were like, well, he ran up in this store to rob it. And, he had like, he was pretending to have a gun and everything. And not only did he not have a gun, the store clerk wasn't scared of him. And so he's over here doing one of these. Let's talk about this real quick. Because I've known people who have had people run up on them and they didn't see the gun, but they were sure they had a gun because of the way they moved with it. All right? A little bit of weight to it. Maybe it was tucked. Maybe it was in the pocket. But there was just a slight motion that they had. There's just a way that they were behaving where if they didn't have a gun, this is some great acting. But this man, he ran up into the store. Give me everything. Do it now. I'm not messing around. I would hate for this to go off. And so the store clerk kept his cool, and he was like, no. He's like, what do you mean? I am armed, ready to kill. Oh, you don't think I'll do it? I'm crazy. And the store clerk, apparently, according to their story, told me, I don't think you'll do anything because... And he points up, and he looked up at the corner, and he was on camera without a mask. And so apparently he went... and walked out the store. I understand the immediate reaction to want to cover your face when you realize you're on camera. But don't do it with your fake gun hand. But he got arrested from rolling up in there and even the attempt and everything. And so he did a little time in jail. And I'm just saying, you're on the kiss cam, and immediately something seems awry when you go, oh! And that by itself wouldn't have actually been that bad. No, I'll tell you right now, this is what I firmly believe. I truly believe this from the bottom of my heart. I think that obviously, there's something up when you see yourself on the cam and go, oh, and then you turn around. But, like Chris Martin said, later in the video, maybe shy. Maybe you're shy. And if only one of them had reacted badly, if only one of them had reacted badly, they might not be in this situation. But she went, oh! And then the man just starts to sink. Where did he go? No, for real, where did this dude go? This man didn't just duck under what he thought the camera could cover. This man got caught. She turned around and he went, ooh, But like, where did he go? Like, truly, where was he? He never comes back. Did he open a portal? He might have been in an abyss. This was one of the crazy, because then he's gone and then she's just standing there. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know where their seats are, but it seems like he jumped. I was crying. This man went under everyone, I suppose. Fully disappeared. And then Chris Martin went, either that couple is really shy or they're having an affair. And the internet said, or? No, that's an affair, dog. Try to be gracious just in case, but no. That was wild, and then we didn't know it yet. But there was another woman off to the side that presumably knows everything that's happening with them. And wow, people find out quick. The internet works quick. Internet was like, I got all night. I'm not at the Coldplay concert. And within hours, people found this dude's name, where he worked. They found her. They found out that they weren't married to each other. This man married, and then, you know, the internet did a thing where, look. I do think it's important that people know the truth about what's happening in their lives. And I can only hope, like genuinely hope, that the people that reached out to that dude's wife did it with at least some tact. But a lot of people reached out to her, commented, this is where your husband's at. He's at the Coldplay concert. The Coldplay concert, from my research, isn't even that far from where you live, because I already went ahead and doxed him. I just want you to know. And so then people looked him up, and then they looked her up, and early into people looking her up, she had changed her last name on social, apparently. Knocked his name off. And then it looks like she deleted or made private her socials altogether, which I completely understand. And then people started looking into him. And this is the thing about treating people badly. As soon as something blows up like this, anything you ever did comes out. This dude cheating on his wife, and then other people were giving their little testimonies. Oh, I worked with him. He's actually terrible. He makes toxic work environments. He's incredibly abusive to his employees, saying all this stuff, right? And I don't know if these people actually work with him or not. It's so hard to tell what about this is real versus like people just trying to get in versus people trying to be part of it and stuff. And then I had a moment, genuinely, I had a moment where I was like, what if? Let's entertain for a second. What if this isn't real? I genuinely thought, because you know, some of the kiss cam stunts, some of the things they do at sports games are like completely fake. They'll be like a fake proposal just to like make everybody laugh and maybe go viral, and maybe they'll sell some more like Bruins tickets. And then I even thought to myself, okay, you don't really see this happen in music, so maybe, what if this was Coldplay? What if Coldplay was like, look, this is what we gonna do, all right? We're gonna get the cam up, we're gonna show a bunch of people, we're gonna get it on one couple. They're gonna freak out, Jerry Springer style, all right? One of them gonna duck, he's never gonna come back. He disappears for life. She stands there. The lady next to her, who is supposedly her friend, laughs at their lives crumbling in front of her. It'll go viral. Everybody will be talking about the Coldplay concert. Everybody will be talking about what song we played right before it happened. Genuinely, you have to entertain a lot of things when you're trying to sift through if something's real or not. You have to be skeptical of everything. And I thought about it, and then I saw how Chris Martin moved on after that. And then I saw a wide shot, and I saw that the stadium looked sold out. So I was like, actually, it looks like Coldplay is doing fine. That theory is in the dirt. This looks very real. And then I thought about the company. You know, Andy, his name is Andy. Andy works at a company called Astronomer. I had never heard of Astronomer. I don't think anybody was talking about Astronomer 2 days ago. So then for a second I was like, what if? Astronomer, a tech company, hired Coldplay to do a stadium show. Coldplay does the stadium show. They have all their fans there. The fans don't know that Coldplay's getting a little bit of money on the side for what's about to happen, and then they throw the camera on the CEO. They throw the camera on the CEO and another employee. And then they create this whole scandal. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's talking about Astronomer. What is Astronomer? Oh, it's an AI company. What do they do? Oh, they help manage workflow. These are conversations nobody was having 2 days ago. The assumption when you're in the news, when there's a scandal with your CEO, is that your stock price could drop. I don't know if it's a public company, but if the stock price is dropping, it seems like a good time to buy. Maybe that's when they buy back their own stock. And then as soon as I was sitting in my room thinking all this, I was like, I think I've been too deep in this Epstein thing. Like, I think that like maybe I have a problem, and I just like, it's like really changing how my brain works. And then there's the fallout of like, this dude, not only is he caught cheating in front of thousands of people, in front of the internet, but also we find out he's a CEO. We're not gonna find much grace there. People aren't really fans of CEOs right now. And then on top of being a CEO, he's a billionaire. You basically made a Venn diagram of the three people that people hate the most. And it's a circle with your name in it. Because it is a terrible thing. A terrible thing that happened. And I just think about how that's something that happens like now. You know? Our grandparents, our great-great-parents would have never got caught. No, people's grandparents had whole extra families. And as long as you were willing to be a gentleman about it and really take care of both families, they never met. You know, you went on your family vacation with one family beginning of the summer, family vacation with a second family at the end of the summer, because there used to just be more affordability in the U.S. A lot of people talk about how back in my day, I could buy a house right out of college. And it's like, yes, and afford an extra family. Don't forget that. I've talked about this before. I've known people growing up who had like that thing happen, where the granddad, they have like cousins and like half brothers and sisters because of what the granddad did back in the day. And he was doing that on a job that doesn't even exist anymore. That's how much things have changed. This man had 2 whole families as a traveling fork salesman. This man would just go up to people's doors and be like, look, eventually in your life you will come across some spaghetti. And when that happens, you'll want to be, he's selling it like life insurance, you're going to want to be ready when that spaghetti is in front of you, all right? You don't want to be sitting here like a fool with a knife and a spoon. You want to be ready with that spaghetti, all right? And how you get ready? My forks. I got the best forks. My forks can do anything. I got fine dining forks. I got regular forks. I got the nickel forks. You know those forks made of nickel they'll never rust because they're always kind of rusty. If you need forks, I can get it right, all right? Got all types of forks. I got the 4-prong, I got the 3-prong, I got he bad at counting. And then people let him in. He's like, looking at this, what was it, two bedroom house? How many kids you got? Oh, you got 3 kids in a 2-bedroom house? You're gonna need at least 16 forks. Made his living selling forks. One day, somebody opened the door for this man and he's immediately smitten. Oh, hello. She's like, yes, how can I help you? He's like, oh, I was trying to, I had this briefcase where I was trying to like fork you, like I just want to. No, I'm trying to give you forks. I mean, I'm trying to sell you forks. I sell forks. My name's John. And then she lets him in. And they get to talking about forks. And then about other things. And he doesn't tell her he's got a wife at home. And they start an affair. An affair where maybe she knows about the wife, maybe she doesn't. But then things grow. They feel like they're in love. They're like, let's get married. He marries her. Now he's got 2 fork families to support. Now he's got to sell forks harder than ever. He's got to go to as many doors as possible because the kids need braces. All of them. No, just he sells as many forks as he can, and then one day, one fateful day, sadly, a Sears opens. He's out of business immediately. If you're young and you don't know what Sears is, it was like a department/everything store where basically it was like Amazon, but you had to go. There was no click. You had to leave the house to go to Amazon, and then you had to go put everything in your cart yourself, and then you had to buy it yourself. It was like working at the factory at Amazon, except you just grabbed what you needed and you left. But then one day Sears opens, he realizes he's ruined. What else is he gonna do? He's only good at selling forks. And so he has to sit his family down. Be like, look, I'll be right back. I'm going to get cigarettes. And then he goes to his other home, his other family, and he's like, sit down, y'all. I have something to tell you. It's important. I have to go get cigarettes. And then he would go off and he'd have his own life, and he would die with a lot of life insurance, and then the two families wouldn't meet each other until it was time to collect. And that was the gentlemanly way to cheat in the 30s. All right? Because a CEO of a company dating, openly cheating with, I didn't know this was a real title, with the CPO, which CPO, I found out today, stands for Chief People Officer, which sounds like the most made-up job I've ever heard in my entire life. That job sounds very fake. Chief People Officer sounds like what you say at Thanksgiving when you go home unemployed, knowing that your brother is a doctor and your sister's a lawyer. I'm the Chief People Officer. Oh, and I'm Master of Business. That is crazy. I know it's a real job, I know it's a real title and everything, but just, you could have named it something else. To say that you're in the C-suite, just Chief People Officer, really sounds like it was not on anyone's mind before the name came out of their mouth. It's like, we have to give her a title. What's the title? She's head of HR. No, she was already head of HR. She got promoted. What is she over again? HR and personnel and hiring. It's like, okay, Chief People Officer? I don't know. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. And now it just recolors everything with that company. Now they're probably having an investigation right now. You know? Makes you take a second look at everything that happened between them, like performance reviews. Apparently, in one of the performance reviews, the CEO said that the CPO, this is what I read, this might not be right, because everybody talking. But apparently the CEO said the CPO had deeply extensive and impressive knowledge. And that's nasty. That's, I know what he's trying to say. That's, no. That is inappropriate, if anything. I hope they take you down just for that. That's unacceptable. You know? You shouldn't do things that you know are wrong. And I think when you get caught, it's also important to know you're caught and to handle it as best as possible. And I think that as far as that kiss cam couple goes, the only way they could have handled that thing worse was if they had held up signs that said there are no Epstein files. Like,
Hey everybody, we're at Helium Comedy Club in Portland, Oregon. Logan went and got a novelty soda for us to try. So we're gonna have some, see what it's like before I go up.
oh, okay. Went with red. That's
Okay. Ooh, this blood. This blood. This was either blood or kidneys.
Or kidneys?
This thing.
Oh wait, no, this does stink.
Bro, my ears ring.
Okay, you alright?
Make some noise for Josh Johnson!
I didn't know that we just wouldn't care anymore. I thought it's weird sometimes, as much news as I read and I watch, that sometimes there's a thing that you think, just in your head. Maybe it's because of what matters to you. You're like, oh, this thing, this is going to be huge. You'll see a thing, whatever it is, and you'll be like, this is the thing that's going to wake people up or freak people out, or no one's going to be able to stop talking about it, right? Different for all of us. But then, I don't know if this is a universal experience, but I think it is. Eventually, you get disappointed. You realize, like, oh, wow, this isn't as big of a story as it should be. People don't care as much as they should. Like, everyone's moved on, even though the thing isn't resolved. That's wild. And I didn't know that we would just stop caring about the drones that are flying over Jersey. Like that seems like a big deal, and we just sort of let it go. Right? They still up there. Like I guess they don't need batteries because they are still. It's wild. There are drones that were flying over Jersey, and they're loud. They're very high up, but they are so loud that people compare them to helicopters. And they've been flying over Jersey for a while now. And, we all kind of thought, okay, they'll tell us what that is eventually. Someone will know. Someone has to know. Because at first people thought it was kids. And then when they said that the drones were like 6 feet wide, they were like, maybe they're rich kids. Maybe it's like... And then people... And then people start coming up with theories because it was so loud, it was so disruptive, it's over like residential areas, it was so random and everything that people asked the government. The government came out and they were like, "Don't worry about it." Don't worry about it. The government has never said, "Don't worry about it." Y'all, the government said, "Don't worry about it." In American history, the government. I would honestly tell you to watch at least like one White House press conference, one like hour of C-SPAN. The most asinine, insane, minute questions get asked of the press secretary. And I'm not saying they always have a legitimate answer, but they always at least try to answer the thing in some capacity, no matter how dumb it is. They never say, "Don't worry about it." That's never been the tact that the U.S. government has taken. Don't worry about it. We shot a balloon immediately. Remember that balloon that we couldn't tell because none of the pictures looked clear enough if it was a child's balloon or if it was actually a spy balloon? But we shot it, I think, with a missile and said, "That was a spy. That looked like China." We've still never fully confirmed that, by the way. No one has come out. China hasn't been like, "We did send that balloon. That's our bad. We were feeling festive. We were playing." It's never happened. That is crazy. Don't worry about it. There are brown people just alive in other places, and the government's worried about it. Like that. Don't worry about it. That's crazy. So then people started to come up with their own theories. People started to be like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a foreign entity. I think it's a foreign entity doing reconnaissance. They're spying on us. It could be. China, could be anybody. They're using these drones to spy on us. And I was like, oh, okay. Maybe China sent a drone as loud as a helicopter with lights on it to spy on Tony's house. Like maybe there is a foreign government that has the money and the resources to send so many. It's like a bunch of them, so many drones over that can just stay up in the air forever and can evade when people try to like shoot them down and everything. Maybe a government has all the money and technology to do that, but they don't have Google Earth. Maybe. And some people think that's very dumb. Some people think, "Oh, what an idiot. Who would think that?" But you know what it's not dumber than? Don't worry about it. That's the dumbest thing a person could say. I want to make sure we all understand that. Don't worry about it. Y'all, I am so scared the government is out of money. Don't worry about it. Is the most broke parent thing to say. Yo, don't worry about it. When I was a kid, my dad drove, I think it was a 92 Corsica. And if you don't know what a Corsica is, you're doing great. Don't worry about it. But he drove this 92 Corsica, and the Corsica had a hole in the back on the floor. There was a hole. And one day I just went ahead and said something. I was like, hey, Dad, I know that you drive and I'm back here, so you up there a lot and I'm back here a lot, so you probably didn't know what was... I'm just letting you know what's going on back here because you always up there and I'm always back here. But there is a me-sized hole in the floor of the car. So just in case you ever pick me up and then you don't see me and you're like, I swear I just picked him up. Where is he? I probably went through the hole that's in the back of the car because there's a hole. I see the road and we are going fast. Like there's a lot. I thought we were going fast when I looked out the window. When you look through the hole, we're going light speed. Okay? So what are we gonna do about the me-sized hole in the back? And he was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, that's because we don't have resources. Okay. I had a babysitter one time that was making me some dinner, and I don't know. I'm assuming that the babysitter could only cook what we had in the pantry, and I don't know what the ingredients were. But then when I was served the dish. You ever had something where you're like, should this be on a plate or in a bowl? Because it has enough girth to stand on its own. But it's soupy enough to need some collection, to need some guidance as a dish on where to be, And so I asked my babysitter, I was like, what is this? And she was like, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay. This is a broke meal. That's what's been cooked for me right now, is something that only happens when you have ingredients that cost 23 cents and you put them all together to make a full $2.25 meal. The only thing that you did to cook it was add heat, but you didn't cook. It's all hot. Broke ingredients together on a plate that should be a bowl. Because there's a lot of water running off the side. But don't worry about it, all right? Okay. I remember one time my shoulder was popping a lot. It was like just and like I was like kind of a gangly kid to begin with. So like I don't know what I did, but it was just popping all the time. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, my shoulder is can you hear it? It's popping a lot. It's like popcorn. It's like it's going a lot. Like, does this ever happen to you?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "Should we go to like a doctor or something? Because like I just want to know, is it bad? It doesn't hurt, but it is popping a lot. It's moving. It doesn't want to be my shoulder anymore. Like it's moving all up in there while being kind of still, but like it's not pop. It doesn't hurt, but it's a lot of movement." And my dad was like, "Don't worry about it." And to this day, my shoulder pops quite a bit. So when the government tells you don't worry about it, it makes you worry about that specific thing. There are some people that think it's aliens. They think that is aliens that are trying to make contact and bolder than ever letting us know that they're here, that they're visiting. And okay. I don't think it's aliens because I just don't know if aliens. I'm really not being disparaging when I say this. I'm just being honest. If you cross dimensions, I don't know if Jersey would be the first stop. And that's. And I know people from Jersey, and they will tell you if I cross dimensions, I'm probably hitting up, Cairo. I'm hitting up someplace that's a bit more exotic, But mostly I just hope it's not aliens. I hope that it's not aliens because we as humans, this isn't the time to visit us. Like this is, do you know what I mean? Like we're not putting our best foot forward as humanity to get visitors right now. Do you know what I mean? Like aliens coming to see us now would be the equivalent of me coming to see you at 4 a.m. It's like you're just not at your best. You like kind of have morning breath, but kind of not. Like it's bad. No, I don't think aliens would. If aliens are gonna come, they should have done it either 30 years ago or 100 years from now. I think that humanity is not. We're not good for visiting right now. Yeah, I mean, like it. Mainly because we're the only species. Every other species of everything on the planet, every other species of animal is doing their best to evolve. They're trying to go in the direction that forwards the species. That, do you know what I mean? That they will still be around, hopefully. In spite of us, by the way. They're doing everything that they can to still be. Frogs! Frogs have the sense. There will be a frog off by itself doing something weird that the other frogs are like, don't go over there. Don't, like, that's not gonna help. That's not helpful at all. And the frog will be doing something like jumping upside down or whatever, like just bouncing upside down over and over again. And the other frogs are like, don't mess with that. Because they know it doesn't help. They don't look at that frog and go, he just asking questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like he a free thinker. That's what that is. That's why he jumping upside down. Why y'all all jumping right side up like some sheep frogs? Why don't you start bouncing upside down for no reason? See if that doesn't do something to your mind. No. They're like, that's not gonna be helpful. And let's all just kind of get that out of the gene pool as best as possible. No, we're not serious at all. It's painful. Genuine. And I'm not just talking about like Americans, by the way. Like we're so self-referential sometimes that it's like any critique of humanity sometimes sounds like I'm just critiquing the. I'm talking about people, all of us, planet Earth, all of us. We're not doing the things that would take to make a better world just for us. You know, everywhere you go, it's happening. I don't know if you was seen it. It was in Peru. In Peru, there was a drug bust. There was a drug bust where the national police raided this drug house, and who knows if it was like a crack house or a drug warehouse or a kingpin's lair or whatever, but it's where the drugs were. And the head top cop that's leading the charge, leading the raid, led the raid dressed as the Grinch. That's unfair to everybody in this situation, all right? That's not right. Imagine, you in there. You deal drugs, you cook drugs, whatever, but you putting the drugs in a little baggie. And then you hear a boom, boom. Somebody has knocked down your door. And you look up. And it's the Grinch. And you think to yourself, actually, you know what? Actually, I do have a sinus infection. No, I do have a sinus infection. I have a sinus infection. I've been blowing my nose all day. And I've been like taking the Mucinex and everything, but like I have a sinus infection. And then, my nose has been a little runny too. And then when it's runny, you don't want to gross out your coworkers and everything. And so you do a little, and I must have what we making, because that's the only way that it makes sense that the Grinch and the police are here together at the same time. I must have accidentally did what we doing in here to be seeing the Grinch and the police at the same time. Because he didn't just run up in there as the Grinch. This dude, he had the battering ram. And then he goes in. After they break down the door, he goes in and then dropped the battering ram too. Unarmed, just came in character like the Grinch. This man came in high knees. Just... This man came in high kneeing like the Grinch. That's unfair to the police officers doing the raid, because imagine you about to raid this house, right? And you don't know what could be in there. If they got drugs in there, they might got money in there. And if they have money in there, then they probably got some weapons in there to protect that money, protect those drugs from other gang members or just from the police, right? So you are about to risk your life going in. You fit it up. You have the AR-15 and everything. You getting ready to go. But then ahead of you... your leader is going in dressed like the Grinch. And then he battered the door down and run in. You got to run after him and make sure not to accidentally shoot him while he over here high-kneeing in front of everybody, moving all crazy. Because they did everything like you would normally see in a raid, like, get on the ground, everything. But then the Grinch... Sometimes people try to get in character, and I don't think they understand the character, because I need to listen to it again, admittedly, but I swear he was making noises that the Grinch doesn't make. So then they were like, get on the ground, get on the... And then he was like, it's like, that's not in there though. That's not in the movie. That's not in the book. What is that? That's not, you're not even speaking Spanish or anything. Just it's like... In what work? Because you can tell, even as they getting arrested, they're like, but is he with y'all? Like, no, I'm getting on the ground. I'm asking though. Like, he's just moving all weird in here. Like, what is that? I'm getting on the ground. I'm just saying. You see a country like Peru. I don't know the drug laws. I don't know the sentences that crimes like that carry, but I can tell you honestly right now that they subjected those people to cruel and unusual punishment because they caught them, right? And then I think the three main ones, they made them take their mug shot with the Grinch. And it's like... what other reason could there be other than to ruin a person's life? To completely diminish all street credibility than to make them take a mug shot with the Grinch. They over here... And I'm sure they didn't answer any questions, because if you can Google this, look at the picture later. You see them in the picture being like... like, why he over here? Like, the police never take a picture with us. It's three of them lined up holding. And then the Grinch over here taking poses. Looking all proud. Because it seems very dangerous to like go in there, battering ram, and run up in there as the Grinch, but maybe it's not. Maybe he knew that if you run up in there as the Grinch, people so confused that they don't fire right away. They literally like... You see the Grinch, right? No. No, we're not as serious people. Not at all. No? It's okay. I've been very excited to come back to Portland because I came here in February for some shows, and normally when you do comedy, you go places like once a year, because usually when you go somewhere, the place you went to is like, that's enough. We get it. We get what you do. Give us some time. But I was able to come back, so soon, and I love being here. I love doing shows here and everything. I love coming to Portland because y'all don't wait. You hit people with Portland as soon as they land. Like, it's like... I landed in Portland, and my Uber driver to the hotel told me everything. It's the whole backstory. It was a lot. Okay, so off top, right? So he basically was in a relationship, then married, and is now divorced from, apparently, the devil. And so then... So him and Satan, they still share a child, a cat, and a timeshare. And sharing all these three things with Lucifer has really made it difficult. It's made his life very hard. And I was listening to all of the woes of each thing, like the child, the cat, the timeshare, and I was like, oh, okay, well, if I'm being honest, you only really gotta love like two of those. You know what I mean? Like the timeshare. The whole point of a timeshare is that sometimes you're there and sometimes you're not. So just be there when the devil's not there, and then let the devil have it sometimes, because that was always what was gonna happen. The cat. Look. I know you love the cat, and the cat loves you, and Satan's in the way. But I promise you, if you get a cat that look like that cat, it'll be like having that cat. I can almost guarantee. I'm not saying every cat is the same. I'm just saying that a lot of cats, when he described the cat to me, he was like, oh, she likes to cuddle sometimes, and she sleeps most of the day. And I was like, that's cat. If you can get one that look just like her, you'll feel like she there. You don't even have to clone her. That is a cat, up and down. That's everything you just described is everything I've ever known a cat to do. So, little standoffish sometimes, likes to sleep a lot, climbs a little bit. Yep, you have a cat, sir. No need to share custody on this one. Just get an extra cat, and then that way, if you have two cats... Actually, you know what y'all need to do? Y'all need to reverse parent trap this thing. You get a cat that look exactly like that cat, and you put them in a room together, and then you just shake the door a little bit, and then when you open the door, you each just grab a cat, and I guarantee you, it'll be like having that cat, right? And then it's like a Schrodinger's cat, because you won't know if the cat is the cat or if the cat is your cat. And you can just enjoy life with your cat that's yours in your head or not. Who knows? No one cares. The cat won't care. I guarantee you, the cat does not care. This whole custody battle over the cat, sometimes it's at your place, sometimes it's at hell with Satan. That whole thing is nothing to the cat. The cat is like, I'm a nap regardless, right? The child, yes, that is rough. To be fair, that is very rough. You share a child with someone that you can't stand, and if anything, I think that y'all should probably really figure out your differences because you seem to have so much anger, and from the story that you're telling me, the devil also has a lot of burning fire, anger towards you, and I don't know. I mean, the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. If you really didn't care, you would know that you've fully fallen out of love with this person, but because you still have so much passion involved, you should really check in on that, because that's something that you got to be careful, because what if in all that passion maybe y'all rekindle a little bit because you care so much, and then what if you accidentally just in a fit of passion y'all make another kid? That would be like the cat thing but worse, because the cat thing is a solution. Two kids with someone that you hate is a big problem. That's double the problem, right? And so then, I guess he wasn't really trying to hear what I was saying, but I only said any of that stuff because I was like, if you tell me your whole life, I thought that you would want some notes on what was going on. I didn't think that you would tell me your whole life and then just be expecting me to. You might as well talk to yourself when you're in the car alone. If you don't expect me to respond to any of it, so then I just laid it all out for him the way that I saw it. Go ahead and let the devil share your timeshare and everything. Go ahead and get another cat. Make sure you figure out the problem so that you can raise this child in a healthy environment. And I don't know if I rubbed him the wrong way or something, but he was like, hey, we've been here. You can get out at any point. And to be fair, we had been at my destination for 15 minutes. I was just sort of in the car chopping it up with him because honestly, we got to my hotel during the timeshare portion. So the cat and the kid was just, I was trying to get my thoughts out real quick. And he was like, yeah, but I do, this is my job. And I'm trying to leave, right? And I was like, all right, but I just thought that maybe it would be helpful. I thought it would help, to let you know. And hey, you a good person and everything. You clearly an open person. You told me everything, and you don't know me at all, and you don't know who I'll tell. And so the idea that you're so trusting is both a pro and a con of being in relationships, because it's you're trusting enough to pour out your heart to a total stranger, but also sometimes that trust can either be betrayed or misused, which is what it sounds like the devil did to you according to your story and everything. And he was like, I can get your suitcase for you if you need
Mira,